What we're looking at now is how to log into the William Carey portal using WebDav. You'll notice that I'm using Internet Explorer. This will only work with Internet Explorer as a browser. Once you've started Internet Explorer, you need to then go to our school portal. The address is willcarey.newsouthwales.edu.au. Across the top of the portal, there's links to or shortcuts to the different services that we offer. We've got a shortcut directly to the Edumate page, a shortcut to your mail page, and the third icon from the right is a shortcut to the WebDav portal. If you click on that icon, it will take you to files.willcarey.newsouthwales.edu.au. You then need to log in using your username and password for our school network. Make sure that you do not tick remember my credentials. If you do tick remember my credentials, when your password changes on the school network, you'll get an error and you won't be able to log in using WebDav anymore. So make sure that you leave the remember my credentials unticked and use your network password and username. Say OK, and that will then take you to our remote access window. You'll notice on the right hand side that there are directions as to how to actually add a web folder using different operating systems. So the first option is how to add a web folder in Windows XP and Vista. I'm actually using Windows 7 here, so I'm following the directions how to add a drive map in Windows 7. So the first thing that you need to do is start computer. You do that just by clicking on start and selecting computer. Once you've got that window open, you'll notice there's a link here to map the network drive. If you click on that button, it'll ask you what drive letter you actually want to use to map your network drive. If you follow the directions on the web page, you'll notice that down the bottom here it says that after clicking on computer and clicking map network drive, you select your drive, and in the folder box you enter the appropriate address from the list below. If you're wanting to link to our common files, the X drive, then you would just choose that URL. And I'm just simply going to copy it and then paste it into the location box, and for convenience I'm actually going to change it to become X drive on my local computer as well, and I'm going to tick the box to connect using different credentials. I want to log on to X drive not using my local credentials, I want to use my school network credentials. So I choose to finish. It'll say it's going to attempt to correct, and it's now asking me for the username and password that I need to connect. So I enter in my network password, my network username, my network password. Once again, do not tick remember my credentials. Say OK, and you'll notice it now leaves us, and a pop-up appears with X drive mapped, giving me access to the staff and the students folders. The second thing that you'll be able to access is your W drive. You'll notice below that link that it says to map your home drive, you use this as the location. So once again, I'm just copying that URL. I'm going back to computer, choosing to map a network drive. This time I'm going to map it to W drive, type in or paste in the location, and instead of the variable username, I change it to my username. Say that I'm going to connect using different credentials once again, and choose to finish. It'll attempt to connect, ask me for my username and my password. Say OK, and this time I'll now have a W drive mapped directly to my W drive. You're able to access files directly from your W drive. If you would like to, you can also copy them from this W drive to your local computer documents, whichever you would prefer.